Okay, so to close round number 28, you just do a slip stitch into the top of your first puff. Okay, I've already done that. Now to start round number 29, I'm going to do a color change. So I'm using Vintage Peach. I'm just going to attach with a standing single crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and as before, so we're just carrying on that theme of the puffs in the corners. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're doing a chain 2 corner space, right? And then what we're going to do is we are going to work a half double crochet front post over all. Almost did it over the puff. No, not over the puff. We're going to do a double crochet front post. It's a little bit tricky to start off over all of your. What is wrong with me? I'm getting confused here. Alright, so 2 puffs. So 1 puff, chain 2, 1 puff. Okay, to start your round number 29. Then you're going to skip over your first puff. Okay, so that's the puff in the corner from round number 28. And then, you see, and then you are going to work a half double crochet. The reason I'm confused is because I've added this round wasn't part of the original design when I was busy designing it, but when I went through the pattern again, I added, as I did over there, I added a border, as I was explaining to you in an earlier video. So this is why I get confused. You can see over here how I started without a border. I just worked straight into the half double crochet back posts, and then, you know, when I started this round I did the same thing. I kind of just you know, and I really wanted to, so you know, you get that uneven border. You know, I started this part of the design and didn't preempt it with the border. So of course I had already written out the pattern, and now I'm just confused. So basically now I'm, you know, the pattern sort of calls for 2 rounds of the front post, you know, because normally it would be front post and then I would start back post to create that. But now of course it's 2 rows of front post because I have that kind of preemptive row. Okay, so 1 puff, 2 chains, 1 puff, and the puffs are yarn over times 4, chain 1 to close. Alright, and then you are going to work a half double crochet front post over all of the half double crochet. So you're working over, they're a bit tricky, so you're working over the half double crochets and you're also working over, oh, give me strength today, what is going on here? There we go. And you're also working over the half double crochets, because you did like that, you did a half double crochet and you did the front post, you know, half double crochet, and you did an ordinary half double crochet, and you did a half double front post, you know, half double crochet like that. Okay, so this round you're continuing with your front post, so you're doing half double crochet front post. I know they're a bit annoying and irritating because they're such little stitches, but they're so cute. And I love these little stitches because they always remind me of wallflowers, or you know, your playground loner, you know, who is kind of a bit of a cornerstone, you know, it's strong and silent type. And that's how I think of these little half double crochet you know, whether it's a half double crochet or it's a half double crochet front post, because when you just have them on their own, you know, it's one thing, but when you put a whole lot of them together, then they become quite formidable, and they can do all sorts of wonderful things. Like, for example, in our previous round where we did our half double crochet front post, they worked to give us a nice straight edge to work with, and now I'm going to use them as part of another border design. You know, so they're useful little stitches. And I have heard people going, I don't see the point of half double crochets or half double crochet front posts. What is the point of those little stitches? Well, I love them. Same as my puffs. I love puffs. I am a puff. I'm one with puffs. Okay, so just carrying on like that, doing our half double crochet front posts. Alright. What I like about these sort of rounds, and why I wanted to design something like this, is because, you know, you don't really have to think so much about them. And I wanted this pattern to be something that, you know, would be quite quick to finish, really. You know, it wouldn't be too many finicky little things. It would be easy to count your stitches. You know, I mean, puffs are easy to count. Puffs are much easier to count. Okay, so then you're working half double crochet front post over your last puff, which is that corner puff, and then you're just going to work another puff corner. Okay, yarn over times 4, chain 1 to close, chain 2 corner space, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and then basically the same story. Just going to go round, like so, and you're just going to keep going. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of round number 29. And just to tell you and warn you in advance, round number 30 is going to be pretty much the same story. Okay, see you in a moment. Okie doke, so here we are at the end of round number 29. And for round number 30, we're basically just going to repeat what we've done. The next few rounds are going to be pretty much the same. So I've just done a slip stitch into the top of that first corner puff that we did at the beginning, and then we're going to repeat 3, 4. So you're just going to go round, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to, okay, so this is where I was getting confused with the last round. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to do a double crochet front post over the first puff from this round. And then we are going to be working half double crochet back posts like so. Okay, like that. I know it's a bit finicky, but you kind of get into it. Okay, and you're just going to work half double crochet back posts over all of your half double crochet front posts. You know, kind of design, because this is a cushion cover. You know, I think when it comes to blankets and so on, the Amanzi throw, for example, was a throw. It was meant to be really a decorative piece of work that you could literally throw over the back of, you know, an armchair or a large couch or something, you know, something that, depending on the color that you were using, would be a feature, you know, something that you could have in your home that would be beautiful to look at and full of texture and so on. Obviously could be used as a knee rug as well, or so on and so forth, but it was designed as a decorative piece, you know, for the home. And you know, for me, these kind of stitches are just lovely for decorative work. And so this cushion cover, it's the same sort of story, you know, it's meant to be a decorative piece. I wouldn't use so much raised texture, you know, sort of relief work in a full blanket, you know, because I think blankets should be, you know, they should be squishy and they should have drape, and you know, these are quite stiff, so these kind of stitches that I'm using and these sort of designs look great for cushion, you know, for cushion covers. It's got these nice bold borders and things like that, but I would use them sparingly, you know, in a blanket, for example. So, you know, unless it was, say for example, a decorative bedspread, you know, that's something that would go over your bed, and but for something that you want to wrap around yourself and snuggle with and so on and so forth, you know, then I would use a completely different set of stitches and designs, and you know, more open work, not quite so intense or dense, I should say. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. Just going to do these double crochet back posts. So I did that whole row there with you, which I didn't have to do, but you know, I'm yuddering away. Okay, like that. And your last one, and then you're going to do a double crochet, a half double crochet front post, and then go back to your corner. 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, and a half double crochet front post. Here we go. Okay, and then you're going to just carry on down the other side doing your half double crochet back posts, and that is round number 30 round number 30, and I shall see you at the end of round number 30. Okay, so we have reached the final part of round number 31, and also of this color as well. Okay, so I've done my last half double crochet back post around that front post, and then we're going to work half double crochet front post around the next puff, and then a chain, a slip stitch, not a chain anything, a slip stitch into the top of the first popcorn. Oh, really, you can tell it's Friday, right? Into the top of that first puff. Okay, And that is how your corners are going to look. So I'm just going to tidy this up. It's going to have that nice solid border, and this is going to be your corners, okay. And don't really know what else to say. Okay, so that is basically, you know, the end of round number 31, and you've made your border with your new color. So for your next round number 32, we are going to be working not into the top there, not into your corner chain 2s, but we're going to be starting on the on the sides here. Okay, but I think this is a good time to kind of backpedal a little bit and to go to finish off this, because you might want to, you know, you might have been waiting for this part because you don't want to make your square any larger. You know, you might want to stop at this point. So I'm just getting the tape measure. I inherited this little tape measure from my mum-in-law, my late mum-in-law, who passed away many years ago. Okay, so inches, I'm going to measure 13, you know, this is unblocked, so it might be a little bit bigger. 14 inches square. Okay, so that's kind of 14 inches unblocked. Might go a little bit to 14 and a quarter or something after it's blocked. Okay, so if you're needing a 14-inch square, you can stop right here. But we are going to be working on this part. So I shall see you there. I'm still wondering whether I should call this a round or whether I should just call it an embellishment round. So while I go off and think about that, you keep your hooks warm, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so we are on this embellishment round, and I've moved down to a 3.5 hook, millimeter hook, okay? And I've done a yarn over times 4 puff, chain 2, yarn over times 4 puff into the chain 2 space. So this chain 2 space that we made over here, that's just kind of been hanging around. So now what we're going to do is we are going to be working a border. So we're going to skip 2, so you know where you made that half double crochet, you kind of did it through that space. You're going to skip 2 stitches, and you're going to start working just try and get all these little strands out the way. So the best way to work is just to fold your work over like that, so that the stitches are presenting themselves nicely. There you go. So 1, 2, and we're going to work into stitch number 3. We're just going to do a single crochet. So I'm going to do a single crochet into all of the stitches, including the stitches that you worked into. Where we worked into the back post, you are going to just work into the front post of those stitches, but where you can, try and grab the top too. Okay, like there for example, just okay, and over there, just make sure you don't skip any stitches. And over here is an example of where we worked into the back loop, so we just work into the front loop, just creating a border along this edge. I'm going to just grab those. See, am I going off camera? Okay. Right, so we're just working single crochets, single crochets. Okay, like that. And over here, see, you could have worked just into the back loop there, but I did find 2 loops to work into. And you're going to be left with 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, yes. And then you're back to your chain 2 space. 2, gets a little bit awkward. 3, 4, yarn over, pull through, chain 2, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over. Okay, and then you're back. So you're going to go 1, 2, and you're going to work into 1, 2. You're going to work into that 3rd stitch like that. Okay. No, I think that's the wrong stitch. I think I went 1 down. So you go 1, 2, and it's into that one. 1, 2. Okay, and you just, it's a little bit awkward, but not really when you get the hang of it. Funny little sound you can hear in the background is a tiny little fan I have blowing on me at the moment. So hot. Okay, so you're just working your single crochets like so. Okay. When you straighten out your work, and then you can see how you've done the border along that ridge. Okay, and then you'll be stretching it out. I'll show you just now what we're going to do. So you just carry on working your single crochets into the top of all those stitches, work your 2 puffs, chain 2 corners, and then I shall meet you back here where you can just do a slip stitch into the top puff. Okay, so this is not really a round. In the pattern I'll just label it the border round or something like that. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of this border round. Okay, so we are continuing with this round. So, you know, I'm just going to call it an embellishment round, although it is an important round. You can't really skip it because otherwise you're going to leave the corners of the square looking very lost and flopping around. You know, there are alternatives if you don't. I'm calling this the fleur-de-lis, but if you don't want to do this, you can always, you know, if you're a clever crocheter, as many of you are, you can do a puff and kind of work a puff around, you know, and attach, well, you know, you'll have to figure that out yourself, but you know, because you'll be sort of moving away from the pattern. Okay, so we've done our single crochets, so you should have 20 single crochets down each of the sides, and you should have 2 puffs and 1 chain 2 space in the corner. So what we're going to do, so I'm using the same color, which is the Sage from Stylecraft Special DK, and you're just going to work 3 5 trebles together. So treble 5 together 3 times, and start with a chain 4, Okay, keep your tension nice and even. Okay, and I can tell you that my hands are sweating like crazy. The sun is starting to make its appearance. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we're doing 5 trebles, yarn over, pull through, make sure it's nice and tight, slip stitch. Sorry about all this squeaking, but and then just pull through. Okay, and you're going to just move that over like that, and you're going to work 2 more. Then I'm going to show you how to attach them. So you're going to use your sewing skills. And you know, that's what I enjoy about designing. You know, I like adding these little components, and you know, that's just me. 1, 2, 3, 4. My crochet isn't you know, everybody's cup of tea. But this is what I love doing. I love working all these little bits and bobs. You know, it also breaks up the sort of, you know, sometimes the monotony of designs where you have these endless rows of same stitches and whatever. I like to stop and then do something different, something else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you're going to have 5, yarn over, pull through, and then just, there we go. Okay, so, excuse me, I'm a bit sniffy still, although my hay fever is cleared up. As soon as the weather clears up, my hay fever clears up. Okay, so those are the 2 side ones, and then I'm going to do the center one. The same story. I'm just going to attach it into that chain 2 space. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over twice, 1, 2, yarn over twice, 1, 2, yarn over twice, bit of a squeeze, 1, 2, besides the squeeze it's also a squeaky squeeze, 1, 2, yarn over, pull through. Okay, I'm just going to pull that through like that. So, not quite sure why that's doing. I hope I didn't do a double crochet. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just going to pull your tails. Where's that tail? There's that tail. Like that. So we're going to pull all our tails. Our tails at the back. Just pull those through. And now I'm going to show you how to work all these tails in. So I'm just going to put that aside. And alright, so you're just going to, kind of helps a little bit if you just turn your work sideways like that, okay? And then, so you're going to leave your top tails, you're just going to work your bottom, tails in. Okay, so I generally just go back and forth a few times, and so far, even after I've washed items, these tails have not come undone. Okay, and then back again. Okay, and then back again. I make absolutely sure. Right, pull that tight and snip off. And the next one, I'm going to do the next one. You know, I just want to show you kind of how I do it, because, you know, for traditional, you know, like very traditional crochets, you don't normally have these, you know, sort of stop-start pieces, and, you know, people will be like, oh, why, what's going on? Okay, so I'm going to work that in, pull nice and tight, and snip off the tail. Okay, and then we've got that one. Okay, well that's interesting. So this one we worked in from the middle one, we worked over it. So we're just going to work it through. So really digging in there to make sure that it's getting in nice and tight. Okay, I'm going to just do that again. Okay, so maybe you have clever ways of sorting out your tails, but you know, this is what I do. I just go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so we'll just have those 3 tails left. Alright, so now where you're going to place them is quite important, because what we want to do is kind of stretch, you know, we're pulling out that central square. So our fleur-de-lis, and the reason I've included this sort of my little version of the fleur-de-lis is because, let's start with the top one, is because the Dutch East India Company had the fleur-de-lis somewhere. I sort of vaguely remember, I really do need to check that. Had it somewhere in their what, coat of arms? Something like that. Well, it was Dutch. I don't think they had a coat of arms, but yes. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to find your 3 puffs. 1, 2, 3, that you did way back then. And you're just going to count 1, 2, and basically like into that 3rd little hole there is where you're going to place your first stitch. You're going to, so pull, okay, so pull right through like that, and then you're kind of going to work, you know, wiggle it so that you're working back into the top of that stitch. Okay, you can do that twice if you can, okay, because that'll help pull the tip through to the top, okay, like that. Okay, and then pull it really tight, okay, and that's where you're going to attach that one. And then, so you're going to do the top one first, and then the second one you're going to find okay, your first 2 puffs, your first round of puffs, those, you know, not the ones that you did into the 2 puffs, but those 2 puffs, you're just going to go into that space there. That's going to be your marker for the other one. And you're going to basically do the same thing. You're just going to pull it almost through, but not, you know, totally through, and you're just going to work into the top of that slip stitch, that knot that you did, and you're just going to pull through. So I'm just going to do it once, but you really should do it twice at least. Okay, I'm just going to do it once so that we can kind of move on. I'm a bit worried my camera will run out of something or the other before I'm finished showing you. Okay, and this is the second spot. So you just, there's there you have the 2 puffs, and you're going to just work, you're just going to push it through like that, you know, just going to push it through like that and pull it right through and kind of go into the stitch. Okay, and just grab the top of that, you know, and then you're going to, and you can work it a couple of times, you know, you can, you know, like here you can see I've only done it once, but you do, you know, you need to work it so that it stays. Okay, so I think I'll just do this one again, because then, you know, I can turn this around and show you the others. Okay, you can work your, you know, just use your best judgment with this kind of things, where exactly you're going to work it. Just pull that through, you know, somewhere neat where you can hide away your ends afterwards, and you can make sure that this little bit doesn't come loose like that. Okay, so that's your fleur-de-lis, you know, looking very much like a coat of arms at the top there. So I'm just going to turn this around, then I can show you the others. Okay, so I just wanted to show you where the placement was, you know, where you need to attach it. And that's where you're going to attach. You know, I haven't properly attached those at the back yet. Still need to work in my ends. Okay, like that. So and what it's done is it's pulled your square out like that, you know, so your square was like all sort of frummeled, and now it should be lying nice and flat. And then obviously when we work on the other rounds and we eventually get to the point where we are blocking, it's all going to look rather pretty. Okay, so that is the I think I am going to actually call it a round. I'll call it the embellishment border, and it will be round number 32. So, you know, that will just help with this. So I'm going to make a note here. So that is round number 32, and it includes this, that border, plus your, what I'm going to call your fleur-de-lis at the top there. Okay, so I shall see you at round number 32, which is, of course, we're going to carry on with the border. Okay, so we are at round number 33, and the colour I'm using is storm blue. So I'm just going to move that over, and what you're going to do is you're going to be working, okay, so we did a half double crochet front post over that puff, so you're going to be working into that first half double crochet back post. And we're going to be working to start off 2 single crochet, so I call it a single crochet front post or 2 single crochet front post, which is equivalent to 1 half double crochet front post. Okay, so, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to work half double crochet front post over all of the half double crochet back posts from round number 31. So remember, round number 32 was this round that we did here, and so this is round number 31, and we are now onto round number 33. So okay, so basically you're just going to work half double crochet front posts like that. Just get rid of this annoying little tail. Okay, so I shall meet you at the end of this row and just show you how to negotiate the corners. Okay, so when you've worked your last double crochet front post over your last double crochet your last half double crochet and back post, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to slip a single crochet into that chain 2 space. So where you have your 3 sets of 2 puffs, you're going to be working into the second, between the second set, and I'll tell you now exactly. That would be round number 30. Okay, so right, I'm just going to do that again, just so that you can see. Some people say I crochet too fast. Okay, so you're going underneath and into that chain 2 space there. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to go back to your double crochet. It's a bit tricky. You're going to go back to your half double crochet back posts and you're going to be working front posts. Okay, so it is a bit tricky always to start that first one. There we go. Okay, like so. And then you're just going to carry on, continue working your half double crochet front posts over all of your stitches. Right, when you get to that side, the next corner, you're going to chain 1, work a single crochet into that chain 2 space between those 2 puffs, and you're going to continue on the other side. So really simple, and I shall see you at the end of this round, which is round number 33. Okay, so we are at the end of round number 33, and I'm just going to go backtrack a little bit. So you've done your last half double crochet front post, chain 1, work into that chain 2 space. Technically it's round number 29, but because you're working, you know, it's the chain 2 from round number 29, but I'm just going to say, you know, between those 2 puffs from round number 30. And you're going to chain 1, and then kind of to finish and start this round, what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch kind of into the top of that chain space like that. Then you're going to yarn over and you're going to do a nifty little double crochet back post, double crochet back post. It does work, just a bit tricky. There we go. A half double crochet back post around those 2 chains, those 2 beginning chains. Okay, so did I, or am I fooling myself? I think I am. So you've worked I know what I did. I just went through one part of it. Okay, so bear with me. So you're going to work there we go, a half double crochet back post around that first, those first 2 chains. Okay, and then a half double crochet, there you go. Okay, so it looks a bit weird when you do it, but you can see you do actually have the back, that back post thing going on there. Okay, so you basically into round number 34 now, and you're just working a half double crochet back post because we're going to be creating another border exactly like the one we did in round 29, 30 and 31. That's this one over here. Okay, so that's the reason why I've called this the long weekend cushion cover, because there's a lot of repetitive stitches, and if you're a quick crocheter you can actually work your way pretty quickly through it, and there's no you know, I didn't want a design that was so simple that it was going to be boring. I'm speaking for myself. So I wanted something that really did feel like, you know, you were working on it, had interesting little bits and pieces going on. Okay, so you just keep on like that. So you're going to be, you know, you'll have the same stitch count, 51. I know it's odd. I always end up with these odd stitch counts, but it's basically because I did 9, you know, double crochet front posts there. Okay, so this is technically, or yes, technically round number 34. So I'm going to see you at the end of round number 34. You're working half double crochet back posts, and when you get to the end here, so I'll meet you over here where we work our first, our last half double crochet back post, and then I'll show you how to negotiate the corners once again. See you there. Oopsie. Caught me a bit by surprise. Okay, so we're going to do what we did last time. When you get to your last half double crochet back post, you just go, so I'll just do that there. So basically, you know, you're just finishing off the side like that. Okay, so your stitch count will be the same. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to slip a single crochet into that chain 2 space from round number 30. Okay, so that's the chain 2 space from round number 29, and that's the chain 2 space from round number 30. Then you're going to chain 1, which I already have done, and you're going to just move around and work exactly as you did before. Okay, going to work double crochet back post, and off you go. So right, okay, so half double crochet back post, and now that I've shown you how to negotiate that corner, you can see that's pretty easy. So I'm going to see you at the end of this round, which is round number 34. Okay, so round number 34 coming to an end. Right, so you've done your last half double crochet back post. Right, I'm just going to work that with you. So yarn over, last half double crochet back post, chain 1, and now you're going to work your last single crochet, chain 1, you're going to just slip stitch into that chain 1 space like that. Okay, then you're going to yarn over, you're going to work a, oh, there I'm going off camera again, I'm going to work a half double crochet back post around that next half double crochet back post, and you're just going to carry on. Okay, so the stitch count will be the same. Okay, your work's going to look like that, and you're just going to continue. You're going to continue all the way around, and you'll be working your single crochet into the chain 2 space from round number 30. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of this round, which is round number 35. Okay, so we are at the end of round number 34, going into round number 35. So I've done my last half double crochet back post. Okay, half double crochet back post, and then I'm going to chain 1 and work our last single crochet into that chain 2 space from round number 30, chain 1, and we're just going to slip stitch around that chain 1 space, right? Then we're going to yarn over, and we are going to work. It doesn't really help if I'm off camera, does it? Okay, so we've done, just in case you missed that, right, so we're going to just slip stitch around that chain 1 space like that. Going to yarn over. We are going to work another round of double crochet back posts like so, right? So your double crochet back posts are going to have it's going to be the same stitch count, and this is the last of your double crochet back posts. Okay, so you're just going to go round like that. Okay, and basically you will be doing exactly what you did in round number 34 for round number 35. So I shall meet you at the end here and then show you how to negotiate the next corner. Okay, so we are at the last, just do that, we're at the last half double crochet back post, alright, for this side. So we are on round number 35 and we've just completed one side. So as I said, I'd show you how to negotiate the corner. I'm just going to chain 1, and then you're going to work a single crochet into the single crochet, the single crochet into the single crochet. Okay, like that. You're going to chain 1, and you are back to working your half double crochet back post. So you're just going to yarn over, going to chain 1, going to chain 1, yarn over, and work your back post as you did before, and then basically you're onto your second side of round number 35. Okay, so now that I've shown you how to do the corners, when you get to the end, you just do a chain 1, single crochet into the single crochet, chain 1, and then continue with your half double crochet back posts. Okay, and this little bit here we are going to be working into a little bit later. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of round number 35. And it's such afternoon, really hard. I think I need a nap. Okay, so we are busy on round number 35, so I shall see you at the end of round number 35. Okay, so we are at the end of round number 35. I'll just do that again for you. So I'm going to do that last half double crochet back post, chain 1, work single crochet into that single crochet that you popped into the chain 2 space from round number 30. Well, it does go in. Yes. yes. Okay, single crochet, chain 1, and you're just going to work a slip stitch into the top of that, basically where you began your half double crochet front post. And I'm happy to report that I still have some storm blue left over. So, which I'm really glad about because my local yarn shop does not have it in stock. So, then you're just going to slip stitch close like that. Right, and you can work these ends in. Okay, so your corners are going to look like that. Right, and your square, you know, as I've been saying all along, you might want to, you know, you might not want to go onto the full size. So this measures at the moment. Well, it's difficult to say because you will still have to block it, but unblocked it measures 15 inches. Okay, if I turn that around, it measures 38 centimeters. So my cute little right, so you know, you might want to end there and not continue, and then you have a 38 centimeter block, or 15 inches. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like, and I shall see you at the beginning of the next round, which is round number 36, and we are going to be doing something rather interesting. So I shall see you in a moment.